guys, so Courtney Cownan here with Vedekino Barn Chats, and we have gotten a couple riders to sit down and have a little chat with us. So I'm going to let you guys introduce yourselves.
I am Lillian Horses, and I'm Sara Gumbiner.
Okay, so we'll start with Lillian. So Lillian, tell me a little bit about yourself and maybe a little bit about your horses.
So I am here this year with my horse Whitey, who his show name is Share Option, and Barnaby, who's LCC Barnaby. They've both been here before. This is Whitey's 5th year and Barnaby's 3rd year. And I live in Pennsylvania, so that's where we came from. I moved there last year. I train out of Boyd Martin's facility, and I'm really excited to be here.
Okay, and Sara?
And my name is Sara, and my horse's name is Polaris, and he's affectionately known as Larry. He is a 17 one-hand Irish sport horse. I'm also based in Pennsylvania with Lillian. We both work out of Boyd's facility, and I moved there just this spring. So it's been a really great move, and things are working out really well.
Good. So Lillian, tell me a little bit about how you acquired Whitey and Barnaby and a little bit of that story.
So Whitey, I actually got, 12 years ago when he was 4 years old and I was a young rider. I bought him to be like, I had gone intermediate. I had an intermediate horse at the time that was sort of older and kind of at the end of her career. And I bought him to be like my first 2-star horse. And he ended up going a lot further and lasting a lot longer than I thought. And so he's 16 now. We've been together for a really long time. He's like the best horse in the world. And Barnaby, I bought actually when I went and lived in Ireland and trained there at Fernhill with Carol G for a year, 6 years ago, and I bought him then. So I've had him for about 6 years. So we've actually all been together for a while, and they are best friends. They go out in the paddock together, they go everywhere together, and they're not overly attached. Like, they can separate without a problem, but like they're happy to be at a big event together, I'll put it that way.
Perfect. And what about Larry?
So I got Larry as a 6-year-old when I was working for Boyd, and I worked at Boyd's with Lillian, and I remember I was looking for my next horse. I was coming off a smaller horse, and Boyd had gone horse shopping, and he had called me and said, I found the perfect horse, you gotta go look. So we piled in the car, we went down to Phyllis Dawson's place, and we looked at Polaris, and he was looking at Quinn at the same time. So I fell in love with him. I knew immediately that he was the horse that I wanted, and I was fortunate enough that I had Anne as a sponsor, Anne Non, and a dream come true. She bought him, and we brought him home, and I took him from the beginner novice level with Boyd's help all the way up through 3-star. So I'm super excited for this weekend.
Very good. And so what about one little random fact that people might not know about you or your horses, maybe little quirks or anything funny?
Oh geez. Everything about me and my horses. For example, when I got off the trailer, my friend Helen Murray had come over to say hi, and Helen and I were working students together back when we were 18 at Jan Binney's, and I was a mess. And so Helen always makes fun of me. She always thinks of me that way. Anyways, we were getting off the trailer, and I'm pulling the trunk with the wheels on it down, and a wheel goes flying off, and she goes, oh geez, the wheels are already flying off, aren't they? And I was like, yeah, here we are, first day Kentucky, and wheels are falling off. So anyways, I'm a goofball, but my horses, they're doing good, and everything's doing good. So hopefully I'm going to act serious and really pulled together this week.
I remember when I first got Larry, it was kind of a big deal to bring this horse home, and it was a big step because, it was my first horse that I ever picked, and I remember bringing him home, and we went on our first cross-country school with Boyd, and I took him off the trailer, and I was so excited, and I get on, and he was just a raging lunatic. I mean, just feral. And he wouldn't jump a log on the ground. He reared, he spun, he bucked. And I remember Boyd pulling me aside, and we were walking to the next thing, and he's, maybe we made a mistake, Maybe.
You said that?
Yeah. He said, maybe we made a mistake. And I was like, let's just give it a little bit more time. So luckily by the end of the cross country school he came around. I remember that was a big deal.
Yeah, really.
He felt responsible.
He messed up. That's funny.
Oh goodness. So Lillian, we know you've been here several times before. What's probably your favorite thing about coming to Kentucky?
Oh, Saturday when cross country is over is the best part. You've survived if you've done well.
Yeah.
That's the best part. I really like show jumping too. Actually, show jumping is one of my favorite moments too, because Whitey tends to do that pretty well. But it's cross country.
Yeah.
And the cross country is a really awesome moment.
And do you have any moment in particular that stands out to you out of all the years that you've been here?
The first, I get them all mixed up, but the one, I don't think it happened the first year. I think it was the second year. The show jumping was really, really hard, and I was like maybe 20th or 25th to go in the show jumping with Whitey, and I was the first clear round. And being in that stadium is like really unusual for us. We don't normally have crowds watch us like that anywhere else besides 4 Stars. And I did the clear round and the crowd gets really into it and they like lost it. And it was just this feeling of like, oh my God, I did something awesome, you know? That stands out. That was a really good moment.
And Sara, being the only rookie here this year, what are you looking forward to most?
I did actually just realize that there is one other rookie.
Okay.
Her name is Colleen Loach. She is an Olympian, so I think that might be why she was
She's
overlooked.
not classified as a rookie.
Right.
Yeah, but she's never
Fair
been here.
enough.
She's never been here, so
Okay.
shout out to Colleen.
Okay.
I'm sure she's just as nervous as I am. I'm super excited. You know, I've worked really hard to get here, just like everybody else. I feel super prepared. You know, we've had our ups and downs along the way. But I feel like, you know, I'm just as prepared as I need to be, and I'm nervous because I know this is going to be the toughest thing I've done up to now in my career. But it's also kind of comforting because I'm here competing with all the people that we normally compete with. You know, I have a good relationship with my barn people, you know, so it's very comforting knowing that we can treat this like another horse trial and, you know, buckle down and just get to work.
Well, good. Well, thank you both so much for taking the time to talk with us, and good luck this weekend.
Thank you.